Paul, thanks for agreeing to speak to Lux for our report. Paul, you've been in the role 10 months now. How are your priorities and how do you see that changing?
Yeah, I think in terms of repositioning Thorn and recreating the Thorn version 2.0, if you like, we had to look at how we were organised, and it became very clear to me that we have to organise around the customers and the segments that give us the opportunities to meet our growth objectives. Our growth objectives are circa 10% growth per year for the foreseeable future. And so we have to be able to communicate clearly what our value proposition is to those target groups.
You've set yourself the ambitious target of getting to £100 million back to the three-figure turnover and growth of 10%. How is that going to be achieved over the next few years?
I think if you look at the market itself, there are numerous opportunities. Of course, the kind of overall umbrella driver is energy reduction. The public lighting market we will reinvest in heavily. Thorn had a large market share in public lighting historically. We want to go back to those days, and we've got a big investment programme around either LED light sources or new lantern and optic technologies to get us into the outdoor market. And later in the year you'll see some more products coming out for that. And then the other opportunity is to provide turnkey solutions for customers. I think there's a huge gap in the market where people provide product. There's a lot of talk about providing solutions, but I don't really see too much evidence that people understand what that means. So we will set up a business called Thorn Energy Solutions that will give people a one-stop solution to retrofit their existing lighting installations to a much more energy efficient solution, and we will take them on that journey of the lighting design, arranging the finance through the various bodies and government initiatives that present themselves with the installation, so they get a very smooth experience and can deliver their projects quickly and on time.
So what is the tipping point for clients in terms of getting them to change their lighting? Is it finance? Is it education? Is it energy audits? How do we achieve that?
Sure. I think that depends is the real answer, but I think you start with the general understanding that I've got a problem, or I have, to a financial director, I have an opportunity. So it's about the messaging of, do you understand your lighting and what it's doing to your P&L right now, and how can that be improved?
So what percentage of your business currently is sort of the retrofit refurbishment market?
Well, it's hard to say exactly, of course, because we're talking a traditional product sell right now. But if you look at sales of high frequency control gear, they're increasing. I'd say if you look at the market stats, we're probably 50% of our business is in the retrofit market. I think if you look at new build projects, there aren't so many out there right now. And of course we put a lot of product into the wholesale channel anyway, which of course you lose track of whether that's going for new build or retrofit. But in terms of how much of our product is sold on a complete solution, then very little right now, of course. So it's one of the major areas for growth.
Thorn has historically had a schizophrenic sort of route to market. It's gone down the wholesale channel and it's gone down the specification route. Is that the mix where you want it to be, or have you got priorities to change that?
Well, I think if you look at, you've used the word channel, and of course that's what the wholesale group is. It's a vehicle for taking your product to market. You then look at customer groups, and this is maybe where mistakes have been made in the past, but then it's about communicating the right messages to the target customer groups or segments. And of course our wholesalers help us in getting those products to those projects. And of course we talk about stock, but we also talk now about developing end user relationships with the wholesaler, because the logistics platform is very, very important, and the offer the wholesaler makes to the end user is still very, very important.
The Thorn brand is one of the classic UK brands, but in recent decades it's probably not been as strong as it could be. Do you have plans to invest in the brand and to put it back to its original position?
I think we've done some research recently, and I think I will contradict what you've just said. The brand is alive and well. Whether that's manifested itself in the results is debatable, but the brand is alive and well, and we're still in a #1 position. So we're in a position of strength still. I think the question is, how much stronger can we get on the back of that brand, and have we used the brand to communicate to the right people what our offer is, not just product offer but service offer as well. So Thorn Lighting's really excited about going to Lux Live. We've got some great new innovations to show and 1 or 2 surprises that we're going to keep for later as well.